So I don't know if you'd be like particularly interested in this, but I know that some people watch these videos every now and again, and they put them on in their background to like feel like someone's in their house or whatever. And I don't know what came over me yesterday, but I have this channel. It's called Let's Play, which trying to brand 2 years ago, who knows what the hell that was all about. But anyway, in the description below, there is a little link that'll take you to that channel. And I decided last night that I would do some Sims Let's Plays. And if you want to hear me trying to trap a husband on a game for like 20 minutes or something like that, you can go and click that and watch that. So that's a thing. Anyway, if you don't know who I am, my name is Liam. And here on this channel, we watch RuPaul's Drag Race. And then we come over here and we have a chat about it. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in doing, you could subscribe these yazzies. Well, do whatever you want, honey. I'll be here regardless. So I'm finding that every episode that's going on, I am in a up and down, hot and cold spiral with so many of these girls. Some days I love Aquaria, other days I hate Aquaria. In the first 10 minutes of an episode, I hate Aquaria, and then in the next 10 minutes, I'm back to liking her again. This was one of those situations. In the first little like fight recap thing that they were doing, I am loving Asia more and more the further we're getting into this season. And I honestly thought that she was maybe someone who was going to be going home earlier in the season, but she's still here and she's still killing it. And every time there is some kind of fight or argument, she is the voice of reason and has all the best points. And when they were talking with Aquaria about how off with the fairies she is a little bit, all of her points were valid. So this judge, I'm talking about the really cute Twinkie guy that's the judge. That's what I'm talking about. I have so many things to say about this. It was a roller coaster ride when they were like, and this guy is the judge. I was like, who? Troye Sivan? Not Troye Sivan. It's the guy from 13 Reasons Why. Obviously, we find out it's the guy from 13 Reasons Why, but he looks nothing like, am I thinking of the right guy from 13 Reasons Why? He's not the bully, is he? Is he the one? Okay, so this is a complete different tangent, but there's a bully in 13 Reasons Why who's gay, and he's dating Sam Smith. Did you know that? I knew that. He's gay. But the guy in this that was the judge, he's the guy who plays being, I have completely forgotten that series. There's a gay character in 13 Reasons Why, right? And that's him. He is super cute on this show. I'm talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. He's super cute as being a judge, but he did not look like he wanted to be there. Did anyone else get that vibe? I hope nothing was going on in his life, but he's literally in a place that I would dream to be sitting, but do not deserve to be sitting because I have nothing to input. But look alive is what I'm saying. Look alive. So this mini challenge was interesting. Did anyone clock Cameron's thong that he was wearing? I zoomed in on that shit, and I'm gonna do it right now. I feel like Cameron was thinking that she was definitely gonna, I almost feel like saying he because they dress as like hot men in this mini challenge, but I feel like Cameron definitely felt like she was gonna win this for sure. And then when Eureka won, the look on her face was just like, are you kidding me? But it wasn't on hotness, honey. It was on presentation and personality. Just like everything else in this goddamn competition. Although, Miss Cracker, I thought, was the hottest out of all of them. Did anyone else feel that? Did anyone think that Miss Cracker would have that body under there? I didn't. I was shook to the core. Okay, so this whole Maxi-challenge with I am in so many different minds about this, and everything that I'm about to say is meant to come off like a stream of consciousness, which, let's be honest, is basically all of my other videos. But I need you to understand that everything I'm setting myself up as like, please don't take me as problematic. But this is just how I'm thinking about this, right? I don't know if I think there's a lot of different layers to this Maxi challenge, and I don't know if it was a great idea. The first layer, let's start here, and let me know your thoughts of this, and you can 100% tell me if I'm wrong with any of these layers of thoughts. The first layer of thought, stay with me. There are going to be people, potentially, who are angry with the choices of who the social media stars were chosen. So the RuPaul's Drag Race community is instantly going to go to, why did you pick that person and not this person? You shouldn't have got this one, you should have got this one. And you're basically opening the doors for people to be pissed off because their YouTube faves weren't picked and then others were. And I'm going to put myself directly into that basket because I do not understand why certain people were there. And I'm not naming any names, But if they were gonna do this, some of those choices were weird. And I don't know why they were there. It actually kind of made me a little bit uncomfortable, not uncomfortable to watch, but it just made me not enjoy the show. And all I was doing the whole time was thinking, why are you there? Why is this happening? Okay, so that's my first layer. And I'm being a little bit vague there because I just want to put the thought out there and you can come back to me if you kind of are agreeing. The second layer is having a YouTube star be chosen who is a heterosexual. And my initial reaction to it was, there are so many gay YouTubers out there that could have been chosen to be a part of this who would have been like, it would have been like their dream to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. But yet you've chosen at least 2 heterosexual people to come into this who have barely even watched the show, but they're there because they have the numbers. That was my first original thought. And then as we're going through it, I'm thinking, but wait a second. Back when they did the cameraman episode in season 8 or something, that was amazing because it was basically all heterosexual men embracing the drag community and experiencing what it can do for you, even if you aren't a gay male. And that same magic happened with Miss Cookie, and that's beautiful. So the second layer here is that I had originally thought that I would have liked them to choose all only gay YouTubers, but then I thought there's no lesson being learnt from that. Do you know what I mean? Like, Miss Cookie being created was fantastic because it's like someone who is a heterosexual that is comfortable with their sexuality, but is still able to get into drag and experience it for what they were and find that it doesn't change who you are, but it can give you a new experience. And that's okay. And that's great and beautiful. So I changed my mind on that second layer. I just wanted to get those thoughts out and see if anyone else had that bit of a roller coaster of being a bit like, rah, and then you kind of took a step back and thought a bit more about it. You know what I mean? Did I have a third layer? I feel like when I do these things, I need a third layer, and I don't actually know if I did have a third layer. Potentially. It's flown away. I guess we only had 2 layers. I'm as shallow as a bird bath. So some of these YouTubers, I didn't really know who they were. I know that there was a guy there who is Ariana Grande's brother. Don't know his name. Not gonna learn his name either. Eureka's partner is what I'm gonna call him. I feel like if I was on this show and I was one of the partners and that camera crew zoomed in on my junk like that for a good minute, I think I would die. I think I would flat out evaporate. So when we saw, it was Miss Cookie, right? I know I've said Miss Cookie a few times. If I've gotten that incorrect, I'm sorry. It's in the video now. Enjoy correcting me in the comment section. But Miss Cracker's partner, that was a phenomenal transformation. That was incredible. She looked amazing, and I know I've already said this already, but she embraced it. And I love that. I love when heterosexual men aren't afraid to sidetrack. I was sitting in a cafe the other day. Whoop, there goes the light. I was sitting in a cafe the other day, and there was a man was asked if he wanted skim milk. A heterosexual man was asked if he wanted skim milk in his cappuccino, and he was so irate with the fact that he would even be suggested that he would have skim milk in his coffee instead of full cream milk, because really strong heterosexual men only have skim milk. They only have full cream milk in their coffee, and if he has skim milk, that somehow makes him more feminine. And he was insulted by that. How fragile does your masculinity have to be that you can't have skim milk in your coffee? I had no point to this. I just wanted to share that story with you. Anyway, that was great. And Miss Cookie looked phenomenal. Rue's obsession with Miss Vanjie is hilarious, first of all, but borderline terrifying. Have you followed some of the Twitters that's been going on? She's obsessed with Miss Vanjie. If Miss Vanjie doesn't come back in season 11, I will be shocked. Or I feel like she went too early to be like an all-stars person, so I definitely think she's just gonna come as a surprise. She's back in season 11 because we didn't get to see enough of her, because RuPaul is obsessed with me. But the way she finds it so funny is so good to me. So I think that all 6 of them did a really good job. I don't really think anyone did a terrible job besides Aquaria. Michelle was all correct. The moment that I saw Aquaria and Kingsley on the runway, I was like, okay, Aquaria's made this all about her. She looks fantastic. Kingsley's face looked good, but she just threw some shit onto Kingsley because this outfit is not nice. It's just like first night in drag wearing my sister's clothing kind of look. Do you know what I mean? Like, Aquaria still made her look the best and the greatest when they either should have looked equally as great. That's kind of it. They just need to equally look as great. Not one is the queen and one is the princess. Like, you know what I mean? They need to look like sisters, not a mother and daughter, basically. And Cameron Michaels, like when we saw them all lined up together, I could see who the bottoms were. But when they were coming out, I thought Cameron's group looked great. I thought they did a fantastic job. I was like, oh, look at them. Them in their pantsuit. Damn, they look like they're having fun. But then when you see them all together, like the caliber of drag was very different. Like Asia had so much going on with the outfit. She made that in like a day and it was beautiful and it was big. And then you've got Eureka looking like these beautiful Ursula witches, which looked phenomenal. Miss Cracker's done a fantastic job matching the pairings and looking, you know, great. And then you kind of see Cameron and still has like boy body and it looked great by themselves. They look like kind of like the Veronicas coming out there. But then when you see them all lined up, it's kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, that they are bottom two. But they were having fun. I think bottom two should have been Cameron and Aquaria. Because Aquaria looked really nice, but she let Kingsley look not amazing. Cameron wasn't at the same level as everyone else, but Monet and Tyler looked more together and more similar, in my opinion, than Aquaria and Kingsley did. I feel like Aquaria still made it all look about her, and that's what kind of pissed me off a little bit. I can see what the judges were saying about Tyler and Monet, though. I can see that. All right. You get what I'm saying. But the lip sync with Cameron, she is an assassin. Like, I feel like, can do as terrible as she wants in any challenge, but she will probably send you home because she knows how to perform. Monet didn't stand a chance. And I feel so conflicted with this because I feel like the season's entertainment value as a whole would have benefited from keeping Monet. But the lip sync, Cameron brought it. And rules-wise, Cameron deserved to stay because Monet broke a light. We could see her underwear. She walked off stage. She slid. She didn't really give it as much. Cameron did an amazing job, basically. And Monet deservingly needed to go home. But Monet is so much more interesting. And I hate to say that because Cameron, when we're in challenges, does well or middle ground. And the looks are phenomenal. And Monet does similar, but the looks aren't great. But backstage, she brings a lot more to the season. And I feel like it wasn't Monet's time. I feel like she needed to be there another week and a bit. But I don't know who else would have gone home. I like all of them. That's the problem here. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. That's what it is. It's a feeling. The second feeling I have, because, you know, you care so much about my feelings, is that I love that Miss Cracker won, don't get me wrong. Miss Cracker is like my Trixie at this point. I've absorbed all of her media over the last 2 weeks. I think she's hilarious. I'm so into Miss Cracker. She's having a rough time actually on Drag Race though, and I feel like it's a similar thing that Trixie was kind of saying, was that for whatever reason when she was on Drag Race, she got so inside of her head, but when she's on just in the internet and doing her own thing, she's just her own person. I feel like the same thing is happening to Miss Cracker. Anyway, I feel like, and I could be wrong, let me know what you think, but I feel like Ru threw Miss Cracker a bone, and I actually think that Eureka should have won. I feel like they were at the same level in this competition, and either of them could have won, but just the storyline that Eureka had, the way that they looked together, even the little video they did had so much life and personality. I feel like they did a little better than Miss Cracker, but Ru threw Miss Cracker a bone because she did really well and she deserved this boost. Am I wrong? I've been wrong about this in the past. Like, you guys have changed my mind and I've said stuff like this and I probably am wrong. But you know, I'm going to say it anyway. Let me know. So guys, my top three at the moment, you know, last week my top three kind of went Aquaria was at the top, but she's dropped down again. I think Eureka's definitely there. Asia might be there. And I mean, maybe Miss Cracker? I don't know. I feel like the people I want to be there is Miss Cracker, Eureka, and God, I guess Asia. So I guess my top three are the people who I think it will be and who I want to be there. Anyway, guys, let me know who you think will be there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, that's totally fine. But if you did and you're new here, you could subscribe these Yazzies. And don't forget to go check out that Liamo Let's Play thing, because I think I might be doing that more in the future if people watch it and feel like it's something that will add to their lives in some way. Anyway, guys, I will see you next week.